Imagine a world where it's not Elsa who is born with magical gifts, but instead her younger sister, Anna. How would this simple change affect the story, the dynamic between the sisters, and even the fate of Arendelle? Would Anna, with her impulsive and warm heart, be able to handle such a burden? And Elsa, without powers, would she become a stronger queen or even more insecure? Get ready to explore an alternate version of Frozen that could turn the fairy tale into something much more tragic or surprisingly different. From childhood, Anna has always been full of life, optimistic and sociable, while Elsa was more reserved and cautious. But what if the roles were reversed? If Anna had been born with magical powers, the story would take a completely different turn. In the original universe, Elsa grew up isolated out of fear of hurting others, but Anna could never bring herself to stay away from those she loves. Her personality thrives on connections and being surrounded by people. If she had accidentally hurt Elsa as a child, like in the original movie but reversed, would their parents have managed to convince her to hide? Or would Anna desperately try to find ways to control her powers without ever isolating herself? Unlike Elsa, who accepted the isolation imposed by their parents, Anna would likely rebel against it. She would try to use her magic to connect with the world, and that could be a huge problem. If she grew up without proper training, her powers could manifest unpredictably, unintentionally making her a threat. And here's the most interesting part: Anna's powers would have to reflect her essence. Would she also have control over ice? Or something more tied to her vibrant personality? Maybe magic related to fire, the opposite of Elsa, or something connected to emotions, capable of influencing the mood of those around her. In the original universe, Elsa grew up believing she needed to hide her magic to protect others. But without powers, she wouldn't have that burden. Instead, she would become the more rational and responsible sister, trying to help Anna control herself. With her cautious nature, Elsa would likely take on the role of protector, doing everything she could to keep her sister safe and prevent her magic from becoming a problem. But this would also create a tense dynamic between the two. While Anna would crave freedom, Elsa would insist on control. This could make Anna feel suffocated, struggling against a fate that seems determined to keep her from being who she truly is. Moreover, Elsa, without powers, would have a completely different path. In the original movie, she abdicates the throne to live in the enchanted forest as the fifth spirit. But without magic, she would have to fully dedicate herself to Arendelle. Would she become a stronger and more confident queen? Or, without the grandeur of her powers, would she feel inadequate and overshadowed by her sister? If Anna were the one who had to learn to control her gifts, Elsa might be the only person capable of helping her find that balance, but at the cost of always playing the role of the villain, preventing Anna from being who she wants to be. This new scenario would completely transform the sisters' relationship. Instead of a distant and cold Elsa, we would have an extremely worried and rigid Elsa, trying to prevent Anna from losing control. Meanwhile, Anna, instead of being the free-spirited and optimistic sister, would experience an internal conflict between her desire for connection and the burden of her powers. In the original universe, when Elsa's powers are revealed to the people of Arendelle, their reaction is fear and rejection. But what if, instead, it was Anna who had magical gifts? How would the kingdom deal with a princess so expansive and unpredictable, capable of altering her surroundings with her emotions? Unlike Elsa, who always maintained a distant and enigmatic posture, Anna is loved by the people. She grows up interacting with everyone, playing with the castle staff, dreaming of living great love stories. Her closeness to the citizens could lead to greater acceptance, at least at first. But the problem would arise when Anna, being naturally impulsive, let her magic slip out of control. Imagine a grand event at the castle, a royal ball, and Anna, overwhelmed with excitement, inadvertently unleashing a blast of energy that freezes the entire hall. Or worse, if her powers were of fire or emotions, she could cause storms or bursts of heat in moments of stress. The people of Arendelle would fear not just the magic itself, but the fact that Anna, with her intense personality, could be an unpredictable force. Gaining the kingdom's trust would be an even greater challenge for her than it was for Elsa. And then comes the big question: would neighboring rulers try to use this weakness against Arendelle? How would other kingdoms view a princess with destructive powers? Would there be attempts to remove her from the throne? Would Elsa, without powers, have to protect her sister not just from herself, but also from political threats? If there's one thing that defines Anna beyond her contagious energy, it's her desire for love and connection. In the original universe, this led her to fall quickly for Hans, putting her heart at risk. But what if, in this alternate version, her powers were an even bigger barrier to finding love? Imagine Anna, with magical abilities tied to ice, fire, or even emotions, trying to form a relationship. If her magic was linked to her feelings, it would be an immense challenge to control her powers in moments of passion, nervousness, or sadness. A simple touch could freeze or burn a loved one, making any romance dangerous. Would that mean Anna, instead of being the sister who dives headfirst into relationships, would have to hold back, the opposite of her impulsive personality? Would she become more cautious? Would she develop a fear of hurting those she loves? Unlike Elsa, Anna would never accept isolation. She would fight against any fate that tried to separate her from those she loves, and this could lead her to a much more tragic or heroic destiny. No matter the ending, Anna's journey would be far more dramatic than Elsa's in the original version. Frozen would become a story not just about self-acceptance, but about fighting not to lose oneself. If you enjoyed this twist on the story, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more incredible theories about animations. That helps bring more content like this. And don't leave yet. There's a video on the screen now that you'll love watching. Click and dive into more Frozen universe secrets. See you next time.